Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Breaking Bad. Last time on Breaking Bad, we had Open House. What all happened? Skyler was able to buy the car wash after calling out Eyebrows Man on his shitty pipes. And, yeah. I'm trying to think of who else had a plot line. Jesse was still doing parties and stuff. I'm trying to read the plot description of last episode. I'm not getting much from it. Well, there was, the namesake of the episode, which was Marie going to open houses and creating fake names and fake stories and stealing shit. At which point she was arrested, but she, got off because Hank made a few calls. And it seems like she is not having a pleasant time when she goes home, so she's trying to avoid it as best she can. And she basically kind of tells this. I mean, she breaks down in front of Hank's cop friend. And cop friend brings in the lab notes that were found in Gale's apartment after he was killed, and says, "Hey, maybe there's something you can find, Hank." And Hank's looking at it now, and he might be getting sucked back into work. So yeah, I feel like there was something else with Walt, but for the love of God, I can't think of it. So, he was recovering from getting his ass beat by Mike. And then he was talking to Skyler and Saul about the car wash, but truth be told, I don't remember anything else. Well, I don't know. I'm sure I'll remember it as we watch the episode, so yeah. That is basically that, though, so I guess we should go ahead and get right into this episode of Breaking Bad. Here we go. Oh! You missed. This is all Los Pollos stuff. Oh, is this maybe the cartel? Was Mike sent to protect the stuff? Oh! Oh... Jesus. So we got nicked in the ear.
Tonight's the night. No turning back.
What are we doing tonight?
Let's do this.
Oh.
Okay, so first, upon which I devised my own strategy, not dissimilar to the...
He actually has to learn how to gamble.
You're not teaching them.
It's a card game. I don't think this is no poker I've seen, at least.
See what I got.
And I don't have much experience in it.
And 21. Yep.
Blackjack, gotcha.
The key thing to remember...
Took me a sec to figure that out. Sorry.
You really want to try to sell a DEA agent some ill-prepared, half-assed, full-of-hole story about how we suddenly have enough money to buy a car wash?
Am I supposed to memorize it?
That's a good
We need
point.
to practice, Walt.
Yeah.
We need
You have to
really
fool
flip
Hank.
it. Marie's not telling him that we're paying his therapy bills, and neither are we.
And why is that again?
Really?
If we have the gambling story...
Yeah.
Did you take money, Walt? You remember Gretchen and Elliot? Because I seem to recall that you'd rather sell
Yeah.
drugs than take help.
Fine.
That's a good
Marie
point.
will tell Hank in her own time. We want to tell you the whole story. It's a doozy, so hold on to your hats. Do you like that?
Hold on to your hats.
Just make sure to really hit the cancer, really touch on the fear and despair. It's good to remind them and to get their sympathy right off the bat. We want them to understand why you could do something so stupid. Now, after that...
This is
per
such a
pages 3 and
long
4,
con
after you
to convince Hank and Marie Schrader.
gambling became why we couldn't tell anyone.
Terribly, terribly ashamed of my actions.
Tuh.
Two terriblies?
It's supposed to show contrition.
Yeah, well, I just wouldn't use that word. I would never say the word terribly.
Phrase it however you want. Okay, you're jumping ahead. Now,
And why am I so ashamed?
Because Skylar wrote
Really
this.
need to answer that. That's how we'll sell it, and we both look bad.
Oh, well, how do you look bad exactly?
Yeah.
Where is the I slept with my boss bullet point? I can't seem to find that anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm just the bitch mom who wouldn't cut you any slack.
Ooh, shit. God damn, that is a good point.
I was thinking of taking Marie's hand and saying something emotional, like, "It's such a relief to tell you. We're just so glad we have a strong family to help us through this, that we can all support each other." And then...
Do you think this is just how the two of them read scripts for Breaking Bad?
Just have to see what happens.
God, that'd be hilarious.
Maybe lying doesn't come as easily to me as it does to you.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, hey, here. Hey, give me that phone, will you? I gotta check this out.
Oh, God.
Hey,
Lab
I'm
notes.
working on something here. I'm doing a little, Look at this guy.
Standing very low,
Look at
she's waiting, all systems are go.
Gale.
Sure.
I don't even know her. Holy shit.
Oh, damn, she cried on
Walter
command.
H. White.
Why'd you quit? I can totally get a card for my birthday now, right?
Well, we stopped just short of that, Junior.
I'm gonna use the restroom.
That's a good way to sell it. Damn.
Wow.
Oh, no. Walt, what are you doing?
You know, Walt, if you can always bend my ear, right? I mean, if you ever need to talk or just blow off some steam, I'm here.
Wow, Hank is the one saying that. Jesus.
Not going anywhere.
Same goes for me, you know. If you ever want to bounce anything off me, I don't know, casework, anything, really.
Lab notes.
Sometimes just talking something through, you know, really can make a difference.
Christ, I'm scared. What if Hank finds out?
I mean, we're definitely not talking, bathtub crank here. This
Oh.
is a
Yeah,
big
let's go ahead and talk.
operation.
All right.
Say he's my guy.
Your
Good
guy.
guy.
Heisenberg.
There's this mystery man I've been chasing for the better part of a year.
Heisenberg. He
Cooks
thinks
the
it's
purest
Gale.
meth to WW, my star, my perfect silence. WW. I mean, who you figure that is, yeah? Woodrow Wilson? Walter White?
You got me.
No.
WW.
Oh my gosh.
Let me see this for a second, because I think I remember.
I think Hank might be onto something. Does he have a suspicion?
It's a poem by Walt Whitman.
Oh.
Your WW.
You freaking brainiac. You freaking brainiac.
Woo!
I must have skipped that day in school or something. I don't know.
That
Chasing
was
my tail about that one,
very
Bet you're
close.
right.
Jesse!
Yeah, he's got to go to Jesse. What's going on?
I need to talk to you.
Is he shaving people?
So disgust, Jesus.
Jesse shaved his head.
Gale's
Jeez.
murder is being investigated.
Duh.
And I have it on good authority that they found fingerprints at the scene.
Not mine.
Yeah, Jesse didn't touch anything.
We done here?
The cops would have found my prints within 5 blocks of that place. They would have picked me up by now.
That's true.
About the casing. Jesse, I need you to concentrate. This is very important. Did you knock or ring? Knock or ring?
Knock.
Good, that's very good. Now listen.
Yeah, you wouldn't press with a
Gale answered
fingerprint.
the door. Now what happened after that?
God, you're gonna make him relive this?
When did this stop being a business? Why am I the only person capable of behaving in a professional manner?
Oh, you're the only one?
Any way
Really?
you slice it, everyone is in danger.
Pot saying that the kettle isn't black enough?
How can I? And she's telling herself that I work in this nice, quiet little lab with a white lab coat and a pocket protector, and When my contract is up, I'll just simply hang it all up, tip my hat, and walk away.
Yeah. Just let it out, man.
How did everything get so screwed up?
Tuco?
Do have a little shit creek action happening for a substantial fee, and I do mean substantial. You and your loved ones can vanish, untraceable. I mean, he sets you up with a whole new life.
What, like a witness protection kind of thing?
Yeah.
Beyond, I mean, off the grid, new identities.
Yeah,
new
just not the
everything.
government.
No one.
Gotta be something else that I can do. Some way to keep everything from spiraling out of control.
I mean, from what you told me, it sounds like
It already
Pinkman
has.
is first up in the imminent demise department.
You might want to hide that in a better spot.
Get some dipping sticks too, yo.
Yeah, I can definitely get dipping sticks. All right.
I think they're gonna raid his money.
Where's everybody?
Kicked him out.
Invited your guest to leave. Know who this is? No. You ought to. He's been at your house for 3 solid days.
Oh.
Okay.
Did he steal the money?
He stole your money.
You're gonna kill him. Is this the part where I'm supposed to beg you not to do it? Oh, please.
What if he makes
Please.
Jesse do it?
You're on thin ice, you little shithead. You know that?
Yeah.
You ain't gonna smoke that dude in there. You know how come I know? Because you went through the trouble of putting a blindfold on him.
Clever.
Go back to bed. I know he and Walter come as a team and that Walter won't like it. But something's got to be done.
Ooh. Walt, is it just you today? Damn, climbed through the window.
Jesse!
Well, no one's here. There's his phone.
Gonna ask where we're going?
No.
Jesse just accepts it. That's it? That's it. You know, it was right at that second that I was like, you know what, I bet that's it. Sure enough, that was it. Alrighty, that is episode 4 of season 4 of Breaking Bad. Whew. Bit of a tense one. Oh. Bit of a tense one. What's going on with Jesse? What are they gonna do with him? I don't know. You know, a part of me was thinking, like, what if they, just kept him at the lab, like if they just set up a place and was like, all right, you live here now. You live in this room, you only come out to do your work, and that's it. Maybe. Obviously that's not what's happening, but something's going on. Now, it seems interesting that, he's not, he's being taken really, really far somewhere. He's being taken somewhere really far away. And not only that, but he's in the passenger seat. It doesn't look like he's tied up. He's not in the back seat. He's not in the trunk. He's in the passenger seat. So, I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily bad, I don't think it's necessarily bad, whatever's happening, I think they're just doing something. Maybe they're gonna send him to rehab. Who knows? That would be kind of interesting. Send him back to rehab, He needs it. He definitely needs it. It did wonders for him the first time. I hate seeing Jesse, spiral out of control again, Because we had that after Jane died. Now we're having that here after the death of Gale. So, it just, I don't know. It just kind of sucks, But But yeah, we are going to have to figure out what that means. So, but yeah, we can go ahead and get into the notes on this one. The first thing I wrote down is Mike and the cartel. You know, I think Mike might be getting to the point where it's like, you know what? I'm getting too old for this shit, you know? It's like, it seems to be like just him, you know? And that's worked out before, but it's like, when it seems to be just him taking on the entirety of the cartel, and we don't know, maybe Victor used to do some of this stuff, but new Victor isn't. I don't know, it just seems like this is getting to be a little bit too much, you know? Like, it's not only that, and maybe, you know, it's not even fair to say, like, oh, well, it's because he's getting older. No, I think this would be hard on anyone, you know? Like, if they were having to deal... If you had to deal with Walter White and Jesse Pinkman, as well as the resurgence of the cartel, that's a lot. That is a lot to do, you know? So, yeah. So we saw him at the beginning, taking out those cartel guys who were taking out all the Los Pollos products. And he did, like, you know, get hit in his ear, which is pretty crazy. So... yeah, like, that was ridiculous, man. But we'll have to see. I don't know. They're kind of, like, just sort of putting the cartel on the back burner, really. Like every so often we just get another scene of Mike doing something with the cartel. So I'll be interested to see how... I'll be interested to see how that, like, works out in the end. You know, it could honestly be like maybe that's setting up like, oh, well, you know, Walt and Jesse may have to actually go with the cartel instead of being with Gus. Granted, the whole point was not to do that because they didn't want to be, you know, with Tuco. Which, you know, when Walt is saying like, oh, where did everything spiral out of control? It's like, Tuco. Tuco is kind of where that happened, you know? So, it's like nothing has been good since Tuco, you know? What are you doing? You're okay. Go back to sleep, boy. Go back to sleep, you're fine. Darby's under the desk. And I'd move the camera, but as soon as I stand up, he's going to move. So, sorry, anyone who wants to see who wants to see a cute dog. Oh well. Anyway, I wrote down blackjack. So at first I thought it was poker, just because I saw cards, and I was like, oh, poker, and it's like, no, it's blackjack, and Darby's walking away somewhere. He's probably gonna want to go outside, so I'll go let him out real quick. Okay, I have returned. So, as I was saying, blackjack, that was it. I thought it was poker at first, but no, it's blackjack. I've never really seen a game of blackjack, so, it was only when she said, oh, 21, and I was like, oh, okay, you get 21 blackjack. Because, see, at first I was like, okay, well, they're not holding the card, so it's not normal poker, and I was like, is it like Texas Hold'em? Because I've seen that. And I was like, no, it's not exactly that. And it's like, oh, it's blackjack. Come on, Mokuba. We'll make our own tournament with blackjack and hookers. Actually, forget the tournament. Anyway. Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged references aside, yeah, blackjack, which was interesting. I do like that. That was such a long scene, honestly. Like, so that goes from... let's see, so about here, that's the 5-minute mark, all the way to yeah, that's about 10 minutes. 10 minutes of screen time of Walt and Skylar going over the story and going over like everything about that. So that was pretty funny, I have to say. And yeah, that was interesting, just them getting their story straight. I'm glad. Yeah, it went on so long, and I was like, are we gonna have to listen to the whole story? But no, we didn't. They kind of skipped over all that because we got it from the scene of them going over the story. So that was really, really cool. I like that. And then just the attention to detail, and just like watching this the whole time, I'm like, is Hank supposed to buy this? Like, you know, they say it's like, oh, we got to get our story like airtight, you know, so that Hank will buy this, because we're trying to tell a lie to a DEA agent, you know? It's like, we need to really get this down, and it's like, this is supposed to convince them, you know? And it's like, you know, oh, well, you know, this kind of puts all the blame and shame and stuff onto Walt, whereas Skyler comes out all right. And I do like her point where she says, you know, I like her point where she says, yeah, I'm just the bitchy mother who wouldn't cut you any slack. And it's like, yeah, that is pretty big, you know, that is pretty big, that there has kind of been a rift between Skyler and Walter Jr. So yeah, it makes sense, but I don't know, it's just an interesting scene, like watching them go over all the bullet points and trying to get the story down and stuff is just hilarious, you know? So I like that. We had the lab notes, which was, again, another tense scene, you know, when Walt figures out that Hank is now on the case of Gale, who he believes was Heisenberg. So that was pretty tense. And then the whole scene with, you know, with the two of them, I was kind of sitting there, like, when they were first talking in the hall, I was kind of sitting there like, I don't know, maybe Hank suspects something? I was like, I don't know. But then when they actually go in and look at the stuff, and he's like, W.W. Woodrow Wilson? Walter White? And it's like, the way he says it is like, I don't know if it's specifically like the way they filmed it or edited it or like, you know, put in the music, but like the pacing of like that line and the space after it, and it just, you know, Walter White, and it just holds, and then it cuts to Walt, and it holds, and it's just, you got me, you know? And Darby wants in, so I'm gonna go let him in now. The joys of dogs. And I know some of you are thinking, oh, why don't you just, you know, get a dog door for him? Then he can go out as he pleases. But that doesn't work. That would not work with this one, because then he would grab all of his toys and run outside with them, and they would get all muddy and gross, and we'd have to go get them. You know, we can't leave his toys outside, so that's why we don't have a dog door, and I have to constantly get up and cross the entire house in order to let him out. That's all right. It's fine. It's fine. Just means I gotta edit out those pauses, you know, when I have to go do that. So, anyway, so yeah, the whole, like, the pacing of that scene, it's like, I don't know. I think Hank might actually be suspicious of Walt, you know? He might be. I don't know. It's framed in a way where you could easily think that that is the case, but it's also framed in a way where it's like, you really don't know, you know? You really don't know if that is the case. So, I like that. I really did like that. And yeah, we'll have to see. Maybe we're going to get that. I almost feel like we have to, you know? After so long of Hank going after Heisenberg, you know, it kind of makes sense that, yeah, maybe we're going to actually get that more towards Walt. Who knows? Walt may have to be like a fugitive, you know? He may have to, like, you know, hide and go against Hank, you know? We'd have to see. We would have to see. I wrote down Jesse and Gale, which was interesting. Going over, like, you know, could Gale's death be traced back to Jesse? And not really. And I like what they say, you know, if that were the case, then they would have gotten Jesse already, you know, if he had left any fingerprints there. But that's the thing. He knocked, and he shot, and he left. And he didn't touch anything. He didn't go in, nothing. The closest thing is just the one shell, basically. The one shell that could have been on the ground. But that's it, you know? That's it. So, that was pretty crazy. And I also wrote down Vanish. So, yeah, that was the end game option that... Saul has now given to Walt. It almost makes me wonder if that is going to be, you know, a thing, you know, because of how, like, serious they treated it. It almost makes me, like, think, like, maybe we're going to lead towards that, you know? Maybe that is... I mean, because that's the thing. We're down to the final 2 seasons here, you know? So I kind of wonder if, like, you know, everything that's happening, it's like, okay, this shit might actually be happening. Walt, you know, Hank may go after Walt. He might figure out that Walt is Heisenberg, and then Walt needs to take the last option. So, and the last thing I wrote down was take care of Jesse. So that was interesting that they did say, right, that they did say that that guy was from the cartel. Didn't they?
You know who this is? No. You ought to. He's been at your house for 3 solid days. Okay. He stole your money. Okay. That $78,000 or so look familiar? This is it. That's it. Okay. Thanks. You want to know what's next for Little Miss Pissed in His Pants? No. You sure now? Yeah. Don't even want to take a wild guess.
I could have sworn they said he was cartel,
Kill him.
but
This is the part where I'm supposed to beg you not to do it. Oh, please. Please. And then what? I'm supposed to promise, cross my heart, like straighten up and fly right or toe the line or some other crap I'm not gonna say. Is that what your little show here was all about? You're on thin ice, you little shithead. You know that?
You ain't gonna smoke that dude in there. You know how come I know? Because you went through the trouble of putting a blindfold on him.
I'm going back to bed. Let yourselves out.
okay. I could have sworn that he said that he was cartel, but apparently not. He's just some jackass that stole Jesse's money. So yeah. So that was interesting. I like Jesse, you know, being smart about it. Like, hey, you're not going to kill him because you blindfolded him, you know? Otherwise, what the fuck is the point? So that was really interesting. And then we got Mike going to Gus and being like, all right, I know everything, you know, Walt and Jesse are a package deal, but we got to fucking do something about Jesse. So that's what we're going to do. He is taking him somewhere. We don't know where, but somewhere. Somewhere in California. But where? Somewhere. Sorry, I said Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged references aside, and then I did another. Anyway. But yeah, I mean, that was pretty much it. Really, really great episode. Really, really loved it. Very tense in a lot of scenes, you know? Very tense in a lot of scenes, and I'm very curious to see where we are going next time. But yeah, that is pretty much it with all that being said. I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Breaking Bad reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.